Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach.
And I'm Mac.
And today we are giving a chippy review of Fate, Defenders of Grimheim, which is a game from FryxGames. And it's actually a copy we were given, a review copy that we were given, so take everything we say with a grain of salt. But yeah, this is a game that I was very excited about hearing. I almost backed it on, I think it was either on Kickstarter or GameFound, but then didn't. And then we had a chance to try it out at the World Series of Board Gaming, and then actually one of the owners of FryxGames, Jacob, the designer of Terraforming Mars, was there, and on the last day he was kind enough to give us this and a few other games to review. So yes, we've played this one a few times now, and we are ready to review it with our chippy scale. Which we haven't done many chippies lately. We've done a lot of
people even know what they are.
They probably don't. So yeah, we'll explain what our chippy is as we go along here. But yeah, we will start with the C in chippy. Core mechanics or mechanisms, I guess, whatever way you say it.
Whichever way you prefer your word. Mechanics.
Yes. And yes, these are all weighted scores and then give us kind of an average score at the end. And I'm coming in hot with a 9 on this one.
Oh boy.
I really like what this one does. It kind of has a castle defense kind of system to it where you kind of have hordes of monsters all coming in towards a center area, and you're cooperatively working to try to get rid of them all, or at least hold them off long enough to kind of survive the game. I just think every piece of it kind of works really well together. You have your own kind of 6-action system where you get to take 2 actions every turn, or every player does, and it's not a lot, but then you are getting kind of these upgrade cards and other things that you can get to kind of sort of give you bonus-y actions.
Yeah.
And you can upgrade things to make them even better, so you can kind of get more attacks. I like the die roll system's a simple system. You kind of are, throughout the game, usually trying to gain like dice that you're going to be tossing each time, getting stronger, and then you just have hits and misses, essentially. And then kind of some bonuses can allow that to change up a little bit. But I really liked how this all came together. And yeah, tower defense-wise, it's probably one of my favorites, right up there with, what's the one I love?
After the Empire?
After the Empire. I know you don't. I don't think you like that one as much, right?
No.
So I'm interested to see what you think of this. They're not similar.
No.
But
no. I gave this one a 7.
Okay.
We've only played it at 2 players, so we haven't tried it at the 4-player level, and I'd be interested to see what type of gameplay that results to be. With 2 players, it's very challenging. I think we played the first game wrong, so we lost understandably, for just missing some things completely that help you in the game. And I think we won one time. And almost won another time. So, out of the 4 plays that we've done. I do really like how they do it. They've got 3 different monster sets with special things. I really am not a fan of combat games, but this one is so good. Like, other than completely biffing my dice rolls over and over and over.
Oh, the last time I played this, oh boy.
And over again.
It's like you didn't know how to roll dice properly.
I tell you what, that luck factor is hard. They do give you a lot of tools to mitigate it, but when it's bad after bad after bad, yeah.
It can happen, but
it's hard.
I think any combat system with a dice piece to it, there's just going to be that chance.
Always. And I was going up against big bads right away, which just, whatever. But I really like everything kind of how it flows together. They have an option for making it more difficult by adding a monster die, which kind of adds a level of variability into what the monsters could possibly do instead of just moving and attacking, which is standardly kind of what they do. There's nothing that I dislike about it entirely, I like that it's challenging. I just think it's maybe after a few more plays we'll get better at it, but it's very challenging, I think, to try and fend off the monsters and defend Grimheim. So I think that's a good balance, though, where it's like you can't always win, but you can come close. I think is good. We just have had less success with actually winning.
Yeah. And I know that always influences your scores, whether you win or lose. And to me, I thought it was fun, and I like the challenge. I don't want something where it's like, I'm just going to win every single time. No, so I like it when it's challenging, and it feels like we're close, even when we lose.
Yeah.
Like, if it just felt like, oh my gosh, we had no chance there.
Yeah.
You could maybe argue that with one or two of our plays, but most of the time I felt like we were kind of right there. Just some of the dice rolls had been a little differently.
Well, and I think the other reason I kind of pegged it down a little bit is because there's spots you can't go into, so there's like mountain spots that you can't go into, but kind of the joke is like there are 3 different spots that you should want to get to because there's a reward of some type in them, but literally you almost never can get far out away from Grimheim. You have to stay close because otherwise the monsters will get into it. So it's like I have no idea how we're supposed to get out into these spots, especially when I think some of the cards, in order for you to get equipment, require you to go to some of those spots. And I'm like, I have 3 movement per turn, and that spot is like 9 hexes away. So it's going to take me 3 turns to get there. And if there's monsters who are moving, like, yeah. So that's just the one thing is, like, it feels like you should be able to go out and do those things. But, like, we just have never been able to really get out to those pieces.
I think it's... the one time we did, we won. And the other time I did, I got probably what I would argue is the best card that the character had.
Okay.
So I feel like it's... You're giving up that... You're usually getting something really good for doing it.
Yeah.
And I think if they made it too easy to get there, then you're just getting a huge benefit potentially for not really giving up anything.
I'm not saying it should be easy to. I'm just saying we almost never get to it. So.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, like I said, the H in Chippy, History, we played this one 4 times, so that'll just kind of go up naturally as we play this one more. And then Investment, which is the first I in Chippy. And this one is not necessarily money investment because obviously board games can fluctuate depending on if they're in print or not. But this is more like time investment and replaying the game, whether you kind of feels like you get a good experience out of it each time. And this one, I think, is an 8.5 for me as well, so another pretty high score. It feels to me like the game just ramps up and kind of it feels like it sort of ramped up almost right away. It's, after 3 turns, the monsters are probably already getting decently close to the center of the board if you're not blocking them by being a meat shield kind of sitting there.
For sure.
But yeah, and then definitely towards the last few rounds, you can really feel it. And it's like, how can we just stop them, hold them off for just a little bit longer. And yeah, each time, even though it's kind of similar playing, we attempted to go out to one of those areas a couple of times now, and I feel like there's a few other things that can be explored, and the characters have different kind of upgrade cards and things you can get, so that'll kind of change depending on what players you do. And it sounded like they were working on, or maybe already worked on, making new characters for this one, so it'd be interesting to see kind of what those ended up doing.
And a campaign, I think he said.
And campaign, potentially.
Yep.
But yeah, I have never felt like this one's outstayed its welcome. It always is at the high point when it ends, either for good or most of the time for us for bad. So, yeah, I've enjoyed the time into this one.
Yeah, I totally agree. I marked it at a 7. I don't really have any bad things to say about it. I guess there's 2 sets of characters that you can play, and I guess you probably don't need to play both of the same colored back ones at the same time, so we could switch it up more, I guess, that way. But yeah, I'd like to see. I'm really interested in seeing the additional characters possibly, and then some campaign stuff for it. I think that would really add to it. I don't think it's necessarily lacking in any way. I think you do get a lot of different replayability with just what monsters are going to come out, what cards are you going to get out, like all of that piece of it. So I think the investment is really good for it. You just have to like these styles of game and be okay with like it just being a challenge sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I guess I'll address what you said earlier about different player counts, and I think it actually is pretty good at 2 and with 4. So depending on the player count, it affects how many monsters go out. You draw different cards.
Not monsters, but how many cards.
How many cards are drawn.
Uh-huh.
Likely ends up being more monsters.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that what would happen, because if the monsters are covering up other monsters, then you have to redraw. So what's going to happen, I think, in most games is you're going to have monsters coming from every corner of the board, and you're just going to have each player individually going out to probably stop a corner, which is going to play out, I think, essentially the same way. It's just going to double the length of the game.
Yeah.
So that would be my worry, is maybe at a higher player. We haven't played it, so I can't say for certain, but I would have concerns that maybe that would feel long. But I could be wrong.
It might. I mean,
I've not tried it, and I would definitely be willing. I'm not worried about it in a sense like, oh, I'd never play it at 4 players.
Yeah.
I would definitely try it at that, and maybe it would be just as the same amount of time, but I don't know.
Well, there's a short track and a long track, so you can kind of try to mitigate that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Presentation. I guess what do you have for the first P?
I have a 9.
Okay.
Because I think the presentation on this game is super stellar. They have an amazing board, I think is super great. They've got great little monster tokens of different sizes and shapes. It's very easy to tell which monsters are which. The little guys that you get to represent your person are great. The Grimheim pieces kind of make it kind of come to life a little bit. I think it's really an overall really great production. There are just like a couple things which like fonts and explanations in the rulebook that I just ticked it down 1 point for, so don't come for me in the comments. Everything else though about this game I think I really very much enjoy.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've got it at a 9 as well.
Hey.
So yeah, I like what it does quite a bit. I think the only thing there are these tiny dice that are used for counters, and maybe could have made them just a little bit bigger.
Yeah, they're tiny.
A tad bit bigger, but yeah. I get it, because
they're so cute.
You're kind of using it on some to like track the health of the monster and stuff, and you wouldn't want it too big because then they wouldn't fit on there. So I get why they are the size that they are, and it's better than, because otherwise you're kind of usually marking damage with like if you've ever played games with kind of the plasticky gems in them, it's essentially that, red ones, and yeah, for some of those definitely would not fit like 6 of those gems on there. So I do appreciate that they did add the die in there so that you could track them outside of just putting those
gems.
On there.
Yeah,
so
you need a lot of gems.
You would need a lot of gems. But yeah, so then we get into preference, and I think this is the most heavily weighted.
Oh boy.
So I think this is like 0.25 of the overall total score.
Oh no.
Is how much we prefer this game, how excited we are to continue playing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go first, or you want me to go?
Yeah, I can go first.
Okay.
So I gave this a 7.
Okay.
So we played it the first time. I wanted to play it again right away. Wanted to play it again. I think I have asked to play this game probably almost all 4 times, except for the first time, which you've obviously been very open to. And so I really have enjoyed it and everything that it does. Like I said, combat or whatever type of game you want to call this aren't typically right up my alley, but I really enjoyed this playthrough. I gave it a 7.
You don't like combat or cooperative.
Yeah.
You really don't like cooperative.
Really don't, but this isn't cooperative. It is.
It's not cooperative.
It is, but like you gotta go fight your monsters and I'll go fight mine.
Wow.
You're not telling me what to do.
Well, if it's not cooperative, then I think I won our last game. I don't think I get counted in with the loss.
It's cooperative. I just mean in the typical sense of like Pandemic is super cooperative and what you're just like talking about all your moves all the time and like directly impacting others sometimes.
Okay.
This one is cooperative, but not annoyingly cooperative. How's that?
I can't believe you're saying this game isn't cooperative.
It is cooperative. I can't believe you're saying that. It is cooperative.
It's kind of cooperative.
No, it is cooperative. Okay. I'm saying it's not cooperative in the sense of like, cooperative. That's what I'm saying.
I guess I don't know quite what that means.
Aren't you listening? I just said it's not like Pandemic or one of these other ones that just like...
But I mean, it's similar to Pandemic. We're trying to fight off these monsters as long as possible. You're trying to fight the cubes out on the map.
Yeah, but it's not annoying like Pandemic.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. It's a good type of cooperative.
That's true.
It's actually kind of cooperative.
Okay. That's fair.
Sure.
I guess it's one of those where it's like it's not like all necessarily open information. You could probably talk and you could have it all laid open and stuff. I think.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't. The rules might say otherwise. I'm not saying that's what the rules say, but you could have it all open information and work on it all together. But there's decisions you're making in the game that aren't necessarily influenced by another player. So maybe that's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I'm actually surprised you didn't like this one more, or have it rated higher.
Well,
just because you have asked for it, you usually don't ask to play games over and over.
I do.
That's the only reason.
I do. I just think in the scheme of things, like what I want to, kind of goes back to the replayability. Like, do I want to? It's not that I wouldn't ever play it again or anything like that. It's just we've kind of gone on a hot streak now, and I'm like, okay, I'm good now.
I've got it at a 9. I think it's a very, very top tier cooperative game that I would like to play and continue to play. And tower defense style. I think it just, much I like After the Empire. I think having it in a cooperative version, all defending it together, I just like that probably more because then you can kind of work together on it. I like that, and
I agree.
I think this one does it really well, and it's in a really simple way that makes it easy to get back to the table. And it's like, oh, these are my 6 possible action things I can do, and it's got kind of everything laid out, all the steps you take on your turn, and kind of has all the monster ability things on the board. Sometimes you don't see that in the first play.
Probably for our benefit, because we weren't using our full ability either.
Anyway. But no, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think it's hard to do preference sometimes, because is this by far my favorite cooperative tower defense game, etc., etc.? Yes, absolutely. Number 1, baby.
10.
On the list. But out of all of the games in our collection, like, it's still very highly rated. It's just hard to... How do you determine preference? Because if you ask me that, then sure, 10. But if you're going to ask me, like, how often do you want to play this game all the time? We've got so many games. There are some others I'd like to get back to.
That's true. And it factor, which is really the hardest one to do.
Yeah.
I ended up giving this one a 10 just because it's... I don't know, the tower defense thing is something I always liked, and board games still have not captured it the way like Bloons Tower Defense does, which is a game I just absolutely have always loved. But it doesn't quite feel like it, but it gives me a little bit of vibes of tower defense. I like that style of game, and it's just, I don't know, fun fantasy style game. A little bit different from the Pandemics of the world.
Wow. We have 2 very different gaming vibes, if you couldn't tell. And one of us thinks he's always right.
I don't think I'm right. I'm wrong. This isn't cooperative. Right. We're going to count the kills next time. It's going to be like Legolas and Gimli.
And then what's going to happen?
That only counts as 1.
No kills.
You'll kill one of the big monsters. I'll let you know that still only counts as 1.
Well, I give my it factor a 7. Okay. It is the hardest one to give it. It's also
the lowest percentage. It's only 0.5%.
I mean, I think everything about this game is great. Wrap it up in a neat little bow. It's fantastic. The theme is excellent. I think for me, it's a big game changer on like going to the table to like fight stuff. And I love that we're not fighting each other. I love that because it's cooperative. I love that we're fighting big bads with it. So I think it really brings a new thing, and I can honestly say out of our collection, like, this style, this type, which we have limited of because it's not really my vibe at least. I can honestly say like this one truly is like a game changer for that. Like I think this is like a permanent on the shelf stay kind of a thing. So
yeah, it's right up there with Cthulhu Death May Die for me.
That's another one of those.
But yeah, what do you got for a total overall score?
So it came out at a 7, but I would probably, if you're gonna ask me my BGG score, I'd say it's probably closer to an 8. But
did you round it?
Yeah.
To get to 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, rounded down, I guess. So, but I think the more plays we go through, like the more, like the higher all of the scoring will go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. My total came in at 8.45, so we'll round that up to 8.5. I really enjoy this game, and I highly recommend it to people that like cooperative games. Tend to like cooperative games, especially battling ones. If you like, now I'm gonna forget the name of it. You haven't played it. Castle Panic. Somehow I thought of it right away.
Well,
if you like the thought of Castle Panic, but you're like, there's not quite enough there for me. This is the next level of Castle Panic. Brings it to the next level, and it's great. 'Cause I would say that's the one it's maybe most similar feeling to. You have not played it, but it's similar to that one. And I had a blast with it. But any other comments on this game?
It is a great game. I highly recommend it.
Awesome. But we hope to see you on the next one. So as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.